Hello, friends. Welcome back to Saturday Evenings Posted Mostly Presents with me, your host, Trevor Stewart, 1308, and we're not currently joined by anybody at the moment, but thank you for being here. We are brought to you, our pre-rolls are brought to you in association with Hidden Leaf and Sky Mall. On the Downtown Mall, 105 West Main Street. You can find them on Instagram at the Hidden Leaf Seville, I believe. I am obviously sort of out of sorts still. I'm messing up the ad read. I still haven't really incorporated all of the new information into the ad read. However, Hidden Leaf, Sky Mall, VA, as well as Kush Gang Snacks, findable at KG Snacks 434 on Instagram, and Firehouse Organics, spelled with a Z, at Firehouse Organics on Instagram, spelled with a Z. I'm pretty sure I'll be expressing some kind of opinions throughout the show, so note of disclaimer: any opinions expressed throughout the show belong to the expresser of the opinion and may be shared by others, but do not necessarily represent opinions held by any of our sponsors, including Hidden Leaf, Sky Mall VA, Kush Gang Snacks, and Firehouse Organics, spelled with Z. Okay, there we go. And big news, for me anyway, I survived a 48-hour stomach bug. So I have been pretty well unaware of what has been going on in the greater world outside of my four walls. However, I do believe not much has changed. Sadly enough. Yeah, it's been a pretty, pretty much same situation as normal. That being said, at least Trump has expanded the ceasefire indefinitely, or at least his end of it. I don't know that means that everybody's going to stay ceasefired. But he didn't then just go off and randomly bomb Iran. Let's see. What other strange and awful things are happening in the news that I can't think of? All kinds of problems with his cabinet, but I can't think of them at the moment. It's not that new. I'm really trying to stall for time, hoping that Kat shows up here shortly and we can get into the articles. But, yeah. So, yeah, that's my big news is I've been out of it for 48 hours. It was weird, too, because it didn't feel like 48 hours. I had to really think hard this morning because I knew it was Saturday. I knew it was show day. I knew I was up and running in time to do the show. But it just felt like I'd been down for only 24 hours. I lost a complete day to sleep. It was really weird. Morning, Darth Dragonis. Glad you're here. Good to see ya. Um, yeah, I wonder what it was like from your perspective, just for me to be completely non-responsive, pretty much for 48 hours. I mean, just sort of in my space and not moving. Um, but yeah, so yeah, this morning I was really sort of having to put together like, wait, where did that first day go? I remember yesterday because I watched a whole bunch of Britcoms all day. And then I realized, like, oh, I slept through that first day. I lost all of Thursday to sleep. Um, you know, I think I feel like it could have been a lot worse. It really was. There was no point at which I was questioning survival. There was no point at which I was like, oh God, I'm going to die, aren't I? Throughout the whole thing, it was just like, oh, I just have to wait this whole thing out. I just have to be uncomfortable for like 24 to 48 hours. Oh, it was, at least it wasn't, hey, lockpick. At least it wasn't like so sick that I was afraid for my life. It was only sick enough to be really uncomfortable. So, uh, yeah, I am, man, I am. Master Rasta 420 was on the ones and twos for a while last night, and I managed to about half an hour into his set. I was coherent enough to like click in and say hi, and I think one of the last things I remember before passing out was hearing Lockpick say, I need to go get another cup of coffee. Uh, you know, just one of those things that's stuck in my head. It's, I don't know. I don't know if I should feel uncomfortable about the fact that I'm not uncomfortable with the last voice I hear before I pass out being Lockpick. You know, I think if I could get a recording of Lockpick saying, shh, shh, it's gonna be okay, that would be, I have no I okay, I have no idea what I dreamed about over the last 48 hours. It was fever dreams. It was all fever dreams, and it was all just gone by the time I woke up. Um, but no, I dream about you and coffee every night. Aw. So yeah, it's uh, I've survived. I've pulled through. It was miserable while it was happening, but ultimately it really wasn't that bad. It's the kind of thing that it happens. It happens. It's interesting to me that it's the kind of thing that I probably used to have been able to be over in 24 hours, and now it's a 48-hour thing. Um And I think that's something that's changed in the last, 3 to 4 years. I noticed, like, with COVID, every time I caught COVID, it was like, oh, this is going to last for 3 to 5 days. And that's how I knew it was more serious than a cold or a flu. But that was about the point in time where other things started lasting a little bit longer and a little bit longer. And now I'm up to a 24-hour bug being a 48-hour bug. Or what would have originally for me been a 24-hour bug, which is probably for most people like 3 to 5 days. I know that a flu for me is a 24 to 48 hour thing. I know flu can take other people out for, there you are, for a week or two. Hi, Kat.
Hello.
We are here with Kat, the ASOC prod.
Apologies, but relatives in other time zones calling when they remembered. Except for it's not a case of remembering with them, it's a thought has occurred and we are calling right now.
Aha. I get that. I do, yeah. I know how that can be.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But that's okay.
They're good.
That's okay. So I was just describing to the audience the misery of the illness, the ick, which was miserable but not awful. It was very uncomfortable for 48 hours.
Yeah.
Just really unhappy and uncomfortable. But at no point was I like, oh, I'm gonna die. Oh, this is almost more than I can take. Like, I didn't take a Tylenol to break the fever until yesterday afternoon. Yeah, I let that fever rage for most of 2 days.
Yeah.
I was like, no, whatever this is, I am burning the house down to get rid of it.
Yeah, fair.
It was a stomach bug. Hi, Maddie. Good to see ya. It was a nasty 48-hour stomach bug. And okay, so here's the thing. I know where I got it.
Yeah.
I would still have done everything I did exactly the same.
Yeah.
I got it from visiting with Jen and the child and helping them with their laundry from them having that bug, which was absolutely miserable for them too. And I think way more miserable for them than it was for me.
Yeah.
Oh, Maddie. Oh, my heart goes out to you. That's awful.
Oh, yeah, no, that, no.
Oh, kidney stone is no fun. That has a whole lot of, that's worse than what I went through too, I think. I feel like that is worse than what I went through. Like I said, just 48 hours of being miserable for me, And my life is the kind of life that I can kind of sign off for 48 hours and
Go be miserable
okay.
and come back better.
Right. So it's not a contest, but sometimes I just need to win. I get that.
Yep.
Yup. So that, you know, I missed a lot of the news this week because of that.
That is fair.
Yep. It was, you know, yeah. It, one of the other things I was saying was, I have, for me, what's a 24 to 48 hour bug is usually for other people like a week long, 3 to 5 days, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know that as I was going through it, it wasn't as bad for me as it was for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So I would still choose to go, I would still choose to have gone help them and, done the whole thing and gotten sick and gone through it. It's,
Yeah.
it's worth it to be there for the people you love. At least for me.
It is. It is.
That being said, oh man, it has been. My body is not used to moving. I am feeling skinnier than I have in a while, and I've been feeling pretty skinny lately. Even my skinniest jeans feel. I mean, the legs are nice and tight, but the waist feels a little loose.
Mm-hmm.
The new hole that I recently put in my belt seems to now need another hole. Like, it's I do feel like 48 hours of not having food. Yeah,
Yeah.
needs a friend. Needs a friend. That's the one. Yeah. The hole in my belt needs a friend. I'm sure that's going to change in the next couple of days when I start like really eating food again.
Yeah.
Cuz man, I missed food.
I mean, there's a reason why you have a segment called gastrophilia.
There is. I am a foodie at heart. I am I am. I love food. And there is certain types of food that I really love, and that's what gastrophilia was. Some of what gastrophilia was about. Some of what gastrophilia is about cultural foods. Different cultural foods, different foods that represent part of a culture.
Mm-hmm.
Part of what it was about was food that I feel like I don't want to say peasant food exactly, but food that represents the more common parts of a culture, the more regularly experienced parts of a culture.
Somewhere between, the comfort food that mom and grandma make and the street food that you buy to make yourself feel better.
Yep, both of those. That's the idea. Is both of those.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh.
or the candy bars that you get.
Like I said, that's in between the two.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was sort of where all of the British sweets was that's what that was about.
I
But
saw.
sometimes gastrophilia is also about just really good food. Just stuff that is amazing. Sometimes.
And sometimes it's about trying something new that you hope is going to be really good.
Yes.
I saw.
Almost every time I've done that, it has been.
That's good.
Yes. We knew the peeps were going to be what Fresh Hack.
Yeah, we did.
We
There
did.
was no secret with that.
We knew I was going to hate peeps after that.
Well, you weren't necessarily fond of them before that.
No.
Okay.
All right. So you saw.
Something advertised that I was threatening to get for Peanut Gallery. Because Peanut Gallery, his favorite snack when he is not doing anything else is cheese.
Okay.
So I saw this thing and I showed it to him and he's like, "Oh, that's good." And we could share with Trevor. I'm like, "No, because we're not murdering Trevor this week." And he's like, "But why?" Because what I had seen was a bag of habanero cheese curds.
Ooh. Ooh, that
And
does sound good,
in
though.
his mind, it's habanero, but it's cheese. So it's not going to be necessarily that hot. And I'm like,
Actually, no, he's kind of right.
this is what I told him was like, first, I promise not to inflict anything too spicy on him, but secondly, it's cheese. We're not murdering him with cheese, dear.
Right. Like,
Oh, yeah, cheese.
I really do need to be careful about my dairy intake.
I know, which is why I am not presenting you the whole bag of habanero cheese curds.
Yeah. Also, this week is not a week to do dairy. Not this
No,
week,
this
no.
is something I saw like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Or 3
However,
weeks. It's been a while.
I could, sometime next week or so. Would that be called? Oh, I'm scared. What would that be called? Me eating habanero cheese curds. Queso side.
Where's the sound bar?
Queso side. I love it. Yes. Yes.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes.
Queso side. They have committed queso side. Oh god. Okay, so right before I fell asleep one of the multiple times over the last 48 hours, I had an idea for a noir detective character named Jack Hughes.
Okay.
And I feel like the joke only works once, so it would have to be a movie. And you get towards the end of the movie, and he looks at the guy who he's put all the clues together to figure it out, and he goes, "J'accuse!" And the guy goes, "Why are you saying your name?" And he says, "I'm not. I'm saying I accuse you." No. You're saying Jack Hughes. The joke only works once. Jack Hughes.
No and yes. Alright, for it to actually truly work, it would work once in a movie. But if you were writing the book, there is enough. There's enough books out there that have a tagline or something that would be perfectly fine at the end.
And like once a book,
Yeah,
he
just
says
once.
once a book he says it, and once a book someone calls him out for saying his own name.
Or occasionally someone will he'll say his name and they'll look at him and go, "What are you accusing me of?"
Okay.
Because you could work it up that way. As, he introduces himself and he's got a bad telephone connection, and they're like,
Divorcing
"I
Jack.
just answered." I don't know that one, but okay.
I don't either. But yeah, I see what you're saying. You could make it work either way.
Yeah, but verbally,
Jack Hughes. What are you accusing me of? No, I'm saying my name. My name is Jack Hughes. No, dude, you totally said J'accuse. How did you get it backwards this time, too? Yeah, I feel like, you could do, okay, no, you could do it twice in the movie, too, because you could do it in a post-credit scene.
yeah.
Yeah. So, that's the sort of fever dream idea that that this illness cooked up.
Well, write it down and we'll talk about it later when you're less fever dreamy.
Oh, I'm less fever dreamy now. This sounds like a mid-level comedy mystery starring Liam Neeson or Sam Rockwell. I think it should star both of them. I think Liam Neeson as okay, what's a good pun to go with Jacques Hughes?
Liam Neeson just did the revival of oh god, what was that movie? The terrible one.
Darkman?
No.
I am nowhere.
He
I am
played the
everywhere.
detective's son.
I have a dark tan.
Yeah. He played Frank Drebin Jr.
Oh, jeez. Oh, Naked Gun.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He
that's-
just did that.
Oh,
It was funny.
I
It was
believe
terrible. It was funny.
I believe it. Oh, man.
So I think he would have absolute fun running around trying to be the straight detective that has the terrible name.
Yeah.
With the OJ joke.
Oh, there was an OJ joke in? Best joke was in the trailer with the OJ. Oh, I'm terrified.
Oh. Although the scene of him taking out all the bank robbers while dressed as a 6-year-old schoolgirl, that was pretty good too.
Oh, man. That's just, yeah. I mean, they usually put all the best bits in the trailers. It's very rare that they don't do that. But
And there's actually a legal reason that they do that.
really,
Apparently, from what I understand, there was a point in time where, you remember trailers were a little bit less informative.
mm-hmm.
And people seeing the trailer thought the movies were one thing, and then they went there and it was something else. So, and they were getting sued for it. So they started putting more stuff in the trailer so that you had a better understanding of the movie and couldn't sue them over it.
Okay. Maddie says, yeah, but in this case they had to with OJ. If they didn't address it, people would have been torqued. Yeah. Yeah. if they, because of OJ's history, if they hadn't, if they didn't address that, people weren't gonna, because of his connection to the movie. And I really do feel like it tarnished the first three. You know. And it was done in the best way possible. Okay, good. Okay. I'm still surprised that Liam Neeson's getting work. After, and I mean, I'm not saying he should be canceled. I'm not saying he shouldn't either. I'm just saying I'm surprised he's not completely canceled. He's 73. Okay.
Yeah.
His case isn't so cut and dry. Exactly. His case is not nearly as cut and dried as OJ. You know? And the fact that Liam Neeson got out in front of it and said it and was like, yep, I was an idiot. That was not okay. And none of us knew. Like, no one, I don't know that anyone had any idea that he had been like that in that moment up until he said something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like he got out in front of it, he owned it, he denounced it. And while his reaction in the moment was not okay, like, a friend of his had been, and if I'm remembering correctly, had been essayed by a black man. And so he just went out on the London streets looking for black men to beat up. And this is like in the early 80s or something. Early 80s. And that reaction is not okay. The anger is understandable. The reaction, not okay.
Mm-hmm.
Long time ago. He came out, apologized, got out in front of it. So...
Mm-hmm.
Right. He didn't actually hurt anyone. He just went out with intent. At least as far as I know, he didn't hurt anyone. So, like, it's really hard for me to be like, he should be canceled. Because he really, like, I don't, meh. On the other hand, I'm surprised he isn't. I am surprised that people are cool. I'm not saying that I'll go see a Liam Neeson flick, sure. I've got no problem seeing a Liam Neeson flick.
Well, I think part of it is the fact that when it was brought up, he didn't do what a lot of other people do, which is run, hide, and lie, and make it worse.
He
apologized. He explained. He explained that he was in a bad headspace and why, and he apologized for it again, and then he shut up about it.
Well, yeah.
He didn't let, because I will say there are reporters that pick, trying to get you to say things again so that they can twist it.
Right.
And when he was approached by those, he refused to answer. He's like, I've made my apology. I've given you my explanation. I've made my apology. I'm done.
Right. So, yeah. And Maddie said he only talked about it and how it was a bad reaction.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And that, I think that has gone a long way to buying him grace.
That and the fact that COVID happened very shortly thereafter, so everybody had other things to think about.
Oh yeah, yeah. I guess it did. I guess it was that far, that far back. Yes, baby. Hi. One of the cats.
We can see the tail.
Yes. It's
We saw that. There
Elvato.
we go. We have ears.
Ears.
We've seen ears.
It is Elvato.
Ah.
Yes. You can see the tail knocking the camera occasionally. They, well, punks avoided me completely while I was sick. Wouldn't come cuddle me at all.
They didn't know they couldn't catch it.
That's fair, I guess. And then this morning, they're all like, well, no, Pequeñito comes in, yowls. And he... I don't know if there is a timing on this, but he does this. He'll come in, he'll yowl for attention, get up on the bed, knead on me, rub on me, but as soon as I reach for him, he's off. Goes, eats, yowls, kneads on me, and then takes off.
It sounds like he's been taking lessons from Kevin. Kevin does that kind of thing.
I don't
He'll sit
hate
here
it.
and yell at you for attention, and the moment you turn and try to touch him, he just runs away. Then you go back
Right.
to the computer, and he comes back in and he starts yelling at you again.
You know, he's not really yelling for attention. I think he's just announcing his presence.
Here.
It's like, hey, I'm here. Yeah. He's just such a funny little kitten. He's the one who likes to be petted the least, turns out. Vato, when Vato's in the mood for love, he is all over me. He will throw himself down on me and wrap himself around my hand and lay his head on my other hand. And just be stuck there.
Yeah.
Pequeñito. In and out.
That's nice.
Latte loves her pets. She spoons. Oh, that is so sweet. They will occasionally spoon me at night. Vato will sometimes spoon with me at night. But, you know, they are also very night active. So a lot of times they're outdoors being nighttime terrors. Yeah. Gandalf will lay at my feet. He doesn't lay up alongside of me, but he will lay at my feet. And then in the mornings when I'm still in bed, he'll get up and lay on my chest. He does that one. And I love it. I love it. He's such a sweetie. He's also, if I go outside, he's usually by my ankles. Oh, he's just such a sweetie.
Yeah.
They all are.
Oh, yes. Kevin finds places to sit and watch while you're sleeping.
Yeah. That's creepy.
Yeah.
I'm less creeped out by a cat watching me sleep than by a dog watching me sleep.
Yeah, I understand that one. Nixie goes back and forth. He will sleep on my bed when I can let him do that. But also, when I'm not home, I have to keep him in a room that's shut because he gets into too much mischief.
I get that.
So, he'll sleep on my bed sometimes. He'll sleep up next to me sometimes, and then just because I'm going to bed and I'm going to be getting up in like 4 hours to go to work, it's like you're sleeping in here because I do not have time to rescue you from whatever it is you're about to do in the middle of the night.
Right. Right.
So, back when I was living in the truck, whenever it was chilly, he would sleep curled up around the top of my head. The rest of the time, he'd go sleep in his own bed and let me, breathe peacefully.
Right, but when you're sleeping in a truck and it's chilly outside, you get the warmth where you can.
Which, that is fine. I was the designated hot rock. I still am the designated hot rock.
Oh, God. That's
What?
part of why... That's one of the two reasons why the dog can't sleep in bed with me. The other
warm?
reason... Oh, yeah, we're both... I put off insane amounts of heat throughout the night. Like...
Yeah.
Which is part of why... Like, my body temperature skyrockets when I sleep.
Same.
And that's part of why, like... even if I'm not sick, it's part of why taking a nap makes me feel like I have a fever. Is because I basically just gave myself a fever for a few hours.
Yep.
I think I need to go through a whole process of, the body temperature ramping up and then the body cooling back down. And it's, oh man, it can be uncomfortable. Like, I have to pretty carefully regulate the temperature of my room and how many blankets or sheets I'm under at what point in the night in order to not wake up freezing cold in a puddle of my own sweat. It is that, and I also stop drinking fluids after a certain point in the evening, because if I keep drinking fluids, I'm more likely to sweat at night, leading to the problem of waking up in a puddle of my own sweat.
Fair. See, it works different with me. If I make sure that I am hydrated enough, I am less likely to cook myself in the night. If I get dehydrated, then I don't have enough fluid to regulate like I need to, and things I'm more likely to cook myself.
Huh.
Yeah. But I also don't have my bedding tucked in, so I will pull up like 2 or 3 or 4 blankets when I go to bed because, you know,
You start
Peanut
off
Gallery
cold.
has the air turned to polar bear,
Right. That's about where I start in the night.
and so I'll have a stack of small throw blankets that I'm under in bed, and during the night, I will pick them off one by one until I wake up with just one on top of me.
Yeah, that's about how I work too.
So,
I've
and
been
they're not they're
somewhere around, a few hours from waking up, like the body temperature drops again.
Yep.
And all of a sudden I need one of those blankets back.
And you wake up and you just drag it over enough to be, warm enough, and then you go back to sleep.
Right.
Yeah.
Now this is actually really useful when I am sick because I know that I can spike my fever by going to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's part of why I lost an entire day to sleep. Is it was in order to spike the fever continuously to cook out the illness.
Yeah.
And I feel like it worked.
I mean,
Um,
you're able to talk and have a coherent conversation today, so I'd say it did.
hey,
Or at least as coherent a conversation as either of us ever have on a Saturday morning.
yes. I don't know that everybody or necessarily anybody else should go through the burn the house down method, because I do believe that actually leads to seizures.
Depends on how high the temperature gets and for how long.
Right. So that's not necessarily the best plan. I don't remember having any seizures, but nobody told me I had any seizures.
Well, I mean, did you ask Deadpan? Because Deadpan would actually rat you out where the cats wouldn't.
I don't know that he was in the room.
And probably not, because I think if you'd made that much of a commotion, he'd have come checked on you at least once.
That's true.
You'd have woken up
that-
with, slobber.
As to whether fevers can cause seizures, or
Honestly, I'd say both.
I was asking Maddie Holmes what she was saying. That is very dependent too. But yeah, I joke. My fever was not. Fever's causing seizures. I figured. I mean, I know it is. I know it's very, very dependent. Every body is different. And every body is going to react differently to different stimuli. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not
Anywho.
sure I'm seizure prone to begin with.
Eh.
Like, yeah.
I would say, at least in your case and mine, if we are, it would take much higher temperatures to
cause a seizure.
or something else, because when you're asleep and your body regularly goes up to 100.9 or whatever.
Yeah.
you're already living in that territory daily, so it needs to be definitely a much higher, much more prolonged increase to cause that kind of stuff.
Well,
Um,
so, good news about this, though,
yeah.
is recent research suggests that brain exposure to heat, to temperature like that, can hold off Alzheimer's and other dementia. Yeah, you heard Vato talking at me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is good.
Exposure to extreme temperatures in the brain, not like extreme, like
Higher
obviously,
temperatures.
yeah. And I believe it is 100, just over 100. You know, can hold off. You have two cats yourself, Molly and Nellie. Aww.
That would explain why there are a lot of older people in places specifically like the drier parts of California,
Right.
Arizona, Nevada.
Warmer climates with drier air.
That seem to be pretty sharp into their 90s.
Right. Drier air means more oxygen. Warmer
Yep.
climates means whatever about
the
the
more
brain.
heat for the brain.
Right. And that is,
It's an interesting bit of research.
yeah. And when I realized that also included the kind of extreme heat that our brains might experience while we sleep like that, I thought, hey, maybe I'm not as bound for dementia as I thought.
Fair enough.
If they're sharper, they're more still able to move. Yeah, that is
Yep.
true too. And I think the more they stay moving, the longer they stay moving.
Yes.
I am I am a firm believer in that taking care of the machine that supports the computer is incredibly important. If we don't take care of our bodies, our brains can't work at 100%. So staying moving helps keep us sharp. Staying sharp helps us keep moving. You know,
I mean, the human body is the first and best designed biofeedback machine.
so far best designed.
Until someone designs something better and I can see it and look at it and go, okay, that is a better design, I'm sticking with the best designed.
I get that. I get that. I think we have to be careful about thinking of evolution as a process to perfection. We've got to remember that it is a process of, that's good enough. That'll work
This
for
is
now.
true.
That'll do for now. Which is how you end up with specific type of hair in your butt.
Yep.
You have specific type of hair in your butt.
Yes.
It is unique. Butt crack hair is unique to the butt crack. Hank Green
I
has
don't
taught me
believe I
anything.
needed to know that today.
If Hank Green has taught me anything, it is that.
Oh, there was a special YouTube edition of Jeopardy, and Hank Green and his brother were one of the questions.
Oh. Who are the well, the question is, oh god, I'm blanking on his brother's name all of a sudden. And I hear it almost every, like, Hank episode because he says, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Or something like...
Jeff,
No.
Jack, George, Hank. I don't know. Anyway,
But it was probably their names.
oh, it was their names was the question. The answer
Are-
that they put up was
Are this popular duo?
this colorful duo that started out doing this kind of information on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Or this colorful pair of brothers that started doing this information on YouTube.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's a full episode of Jeopardy that is on
YouTube
YouTube. It was
answers.
specifically made for it. The host sat there and said, normally we would cut away and come back for commercial breaks, but since this is specifically going to YouTube, we don't actually have a commercial break plan, so we're staying right here.
Yeah, YouTube's gonna show you commercial breaks when they want to.
This is true. But it was
Okay.
fun.
Okay, so here's a nifty thing. I believe YouTube rules state that if we as a channel get monetized, but our videos get demonetized, they can't run ads during our videos.
Except for they've been doing that.
Well, of course they have. They're just not supposed to.
Well, that's the thing is I think they have quietly changed that rule. I think they have quietly changed the rule so that it's more along the lines of ads will run when ads will run, but if you're demonetized, then you're not getting any of the proceeds from those ads running.
I guess I understand from a, like, I find that unethical,
Yeah.
but they can still run a pre-roll ad. Okay. I find it unethical, but not like highly unethical. It's normal unethical. It's not business unethical. You know, they're not doing something that business wise would be like, ooh, no. When it's demonetized, they aren't supposed to run ads in the middle. Okay. I also, I'm pretty sure that the way that they pay out is really low. Like, they find a way to not pay out much unless you are one of their big creators. Like, you have to be... I don't know that they necessarily pay AdSense time. I think that they pay... I think they pay from a pool based on how much view time you have. Whereas I think Twitch is paying out by, by subscription, but YouTube will do that too, apparently. by joining channel,
Yep.
but also by time spent watching ads.
Well, Twitch,
Twitch ads aren't skippable.
exactly. And YouTube ads, some of them are skippable, some of them are not. And I just saw something recently. Where they've gotten in trouble somewhere and they're going to have to make all of their ads skippable, at least in that country.
Oh, wow. Huh. I wonder if it has to do with the payout model.
I'm thinking it may be that. I don't know. I don't know what it is. And I haven't been able to find the story again to double check it. So,
Okay. Well, speaking of stories, we have a few articles to get through.
mostly we have one article, one reminder, and something for me to keep an eye on is mostly what it is.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was the picture of the pilot that I was talking about that flew around in the gorilla mask.
When I opened up chat this morning, I was like, wait, what? Oh, yeah, I'm there now. I'm back with it.
Yeah.
Why, first U.S. jet fighter pilot wore a gorilla mask during test. All right.
Could you imagine being in whatever the slow version of the plane was at the time and encountering your first jet fighter and seeing a gorilla flying it? Like, first, it's going really fast, and second, there's a gorilla in charge.
I would find it unsettling. I feel like, okay. That would be bananas. Thank you, Lockpick. Thank you. We, for some reason, were more easily fooled by a guy in a gorilla mask longer ago. I think at about that time, people could still be fooled by a guy in a gorilla mask. I think that we, as a people, have gotten more media savvy than to be fooled by a guy in a gorilla mask.
I mean, yes. Yes,
Really?
but also...
Really, have we, though? Have we?
The thing is, all right, we're getting... You've got a whole lot of people that are getting just constantly fooled by AI now.
Exactly. That's a guy in a gorilla mask, people.
Yeah.
Come
AI is the new
on.
gorilla mask. And it runs for about the same amount of time, because like I said, this guy was in the first jet fighter, so you're flying along in a slow plane, and this
you
jet
just
fighter
have time to see
a gorilla fly by, and it's gone. You know, you're
yeah, okay.
if you
AI is the new
if you're
gorilla
able
mask,
to
yeah.
if you're able to see them for the full 30 seconds that, you know, an AI Facebook reel rolls, then you've got as much time to sit there and be fooled as we do now. And we have to sit there and look at it a couple times and be like, okay, yeah, no, that's definitely AI. I am counting 8 fingers on that hand.
Yeah, and it's the sad thing is it's getting better. AI is getting so much better. Still can spot it. I still can tell, but like, it is getting better.
Yes, yes, it is, and you can tell it with the AI written stories as well,
Yup.
which are also getting better, but you can still tell.
And it's just gonna keep getting better, but you're always gonna be able to tell.
Hooray for that uncanny valley thing that people have.
You know? Yep. I
Which still, as someone pointed out, that means that at some point there was something that we had to worry about that mimicked humans enough to worry about. Now, the sane and not spooky answer is deceased people and disease coming from bodies. Personally, I'm going with, invisible predators. This sounds fun.
I'm going with SWs. That those two words we don't say together in this part of this country. Especially when our windows are open and they can hear us out there.
Yes. Like I said, invisible predators.
That theory breaks down when you realize we also are able to experience the uncanny valley while looking at AI-generated animals, plants, or buildings.
No, it just means that we're able to tell that this is something that is supposed to look like something we know, and we're able to tell that this is not what we know, which would definitely harken back to most of the native folklore and the folklore that features around, West Virginia and hearing your name at night that you didn't hear and you're not going to go look.
Right. Or Fae.
Also, Faye. You've got
when you
all
think
the
about
European folklore.
all the stuff that you include, the animals, plants, buildings, other people, Fae really starts to make sense. Getting pulled into the Fae world really starts to make sense as a can't believe I'm saying this out loud, but as a racial fear, a racial memory fear. And by racial, I mean human race.
Yes.
All of us.
Well, I mean, if you look at the various how people began stories, pretty much every culture has got the story of a great flood.
Right.
Pretty much every culture has stories of a creature that can look and sound like you but isn't you.
Right.
And there are other similar stories that just keep going. And some of them are from cultures that were not together.
Right. Nothing about that flood sounded at all that great to me. Well, let me tell you. I was about to make an I'm old joke. I lent this guy Noah 5 shekels. He told me to come in out of the rain. I didn't. Boy, am I sorry.
So what was your favorite dinosaur to ride around on when you were a kid?
The Muppet-faced killer. The Muppet-faced dino. I have no idea what this thing actually looks like, but man, when I heard that they had nicknamed a dinosaur the Muppet Face, I was in. So let's oh man. I'm all ready to pull up this article, but man, now we're here. Let me do this. Murder Muppet. All right. Oh, you got Muppet Face Dinosaur on the Bing search. It is the Pit. Never mind. I'm not even gonna try and say that. Okay, that is so not it. Let's see what yours pulls up.
Hopefully
Oh,
pulls
same
up the
thing.
right thing. Firing paleontologist dream. Pithocad.
Pitho.
All right, Maddie, we need you to say the thing in phonetic for us.
Yeah. Bucculentus. I can say that part. Oh, Simba Sirvastava, a Virginia Tech undergraduate. That's why I heard about this. Is because Radio IQ is a project of Virginia Tech. Late Triassic period, long before the T-Rex. Oh look, and there it is. WVTF Radio IQ is okay. I think this is the one that okay, now. You know, I don't feel like I can trust any of these pictures.
No. I think if you go back to the article, that does kind of look like a type of Muppet. Which also apparently now includes the animatronics from Five Nights at Freddy's movies.
Really? Oh, there it
Because-
is. That'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that thing cute?
It is.
Murder
Yeah, no.
Muppet.
Apparently,
Aw, isn't that thing cute too?
it is.
Oh, don't say it, Trev. That's a Virginia Tech student. Don't say it. Closing that window now. And we are moving the heck along.
You're going back to Pluto now?
Yeah, we are. Because that
Going back to Pluto now. Mm-hmm. Read the story.
a 10-year-old girl wrote to NASA asking them to restore Pluto to a planet, and NASA's chief replied with 4 words no one expected. Okay. Okay. Wow. Kayla Polkinghorn sat in a the darkened dome theater of Tampa's Museum of Science and Innovation and watched 8 planets huddle cozily around the sun. Pluto was not included in the group hug. The fourth grader watched the small, icy world sit alone in the distance, outcast from the solar system family portrait. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of pro-Pluto propaganda was this little puppet show about? That is some
Look.
strange stuff. Okay? A pro-Pluto propaganda puppet play.
In Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, but I can't get to P words for Tampa and Florida.
I could come up with some, but we can't say them on the air.
You can.
No.
If they included Pluto, they'd have to include a few thousand other larger bodies as well. Yeah, that have slightly more irregular orbits, but it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. Pro Pluto propaganda puppet play is this poop. If Pluto would just learn to clear its orbital path, it could be a planet again, right? Just keep your
Are you
path
saying
clean.
that it needs to make use of its GPS?
I'll bite.
I mean, it's a globe of its own self, and it needs to position itself on its orbit correctly.
Yeah. No. It needs to clean the debris out of its orbital path. That's the thing. Like, it's not that its orbital path isn't right. It's that it doesn't have... It's too small and doesn't have a clear orbital path. And one of the theories is that it's just a little too small to have the gravitational pull to clear its orbital path.
So we need to put like a couple of golden corrals on it. Got that.
Right.
And a Dollar General.
Yeah. Okay, so they posted this letter on X.
Hmm.
A NASA administrator, Jared Isaacman. Wow, Trev. That dyslexia hit hard.
Mm-hmm.
Replied personally, Kayla, we are looking into this. He wrote on April 9th, just as Artemis 2 moon mission was returning to Earth. NASA spokesperson later confirmed that Isaacman fully supports reporting Pluto's previous status as a planet, a position he has articulated weeks earlier in an interview with the Daily Mail. So he propagandizes a pro-Pluto position.
Yes. Yes. And he's pushing the proposed return of Pluto to planet.
Properly played. Okay, let's
Honestly, I
actually.
figured when I put that up, I was either going to get yay or I was going to get what I did get.
Okay, so the whole field of taxonomy, of naming things, is such a muddy field. Like, we
Please see
have.
the Audubon Society and the bird names story that we covered 2 years ago now.
It's already a Plutoid. It's the king of its own kind. Yeah, it is. It's like the only one we know of. But yeah, the bird naming thing, I was gonna say, I was gonna point out, like, a lot of interstellar or a lot of cosmological names for stuff. You know, the name came way before we actually knew what it was. There are a few things that are named for what they are, but a lot of things just got named. There's plenty of Plutoids. Oh, are there? I guess there are. I guess they're, in a lot of, especially in ours, Kuiper Belt. But
Yep.
that's a list. Those are
That is
words.
a list.
Pluto, Eris, Humea, Makemake, Gong, Korar, Sedna, Ceres, just to name a few. There you go. All right, let's see what a planetary planetary physicist has to say. Philip Metzger, a planetary physicist at the University of Central Florida, has published 2 papers examining the scientific and historical basis for planetary classification. His 2019 study in the journal Icarus reviewed asteroid classification from 1801 to present, and he found that scientists considered asteroids to be planets for roughly 150 years. The shift in the 1950s occurred because of growing understanding of geophysical differences between asteroids and larger planets, not because of orbital crowding.
Okay.
Second 2022 paper, also published in Icarus, argued that large moons share the same intrinsic geological complexity as traditional planets and are functionally treated as planets in modern planetary science literature. Metzger told Mashable that NASA's stance could help shift the broader consensus. Some scientists argue that Pluto counts as a planet because of its complex surface and active geology, even if it shares its region of space with many other icy bodies. Metzger said NASA can help contribute to consensus that the IAU definition was inappropriate, so it actually could be quite helpful for the administration to take this on. Sure. I think any dwarf planet that orbits farther than Neptune is called a Plutoid. Okay. Okay. That tracks. That makes sense. And the thing is, like, here's the thing. We're not specifically saying that it's not a planet. We're saying it's not, or it's not planet-like. We're saying that it's not a part of the planetary solar system. And that is, all of this is just discrimination against Pluto.
There we go.
You can dress it up in any fancy schmancy scientific terms. Fake scientific. I am not an expert. My opinion holds no weight. I'm of the opinion that it is not quite a planet. It is a planetoid. It is a Plutoid. It's a Plutonic. Oh, lockpick. No, I also think dwarf planet's not really preferable nomenclature either.
So it's a gnome planet?
Oh, God.
Gnome or goblin? Ooh, kobold planet!
No. There is no part of a kobold planet that is not Nightmare.
Where else did we get gremlins from? Kobold planet. Yes!
This sounds like the worst game of Spelljammer ever.
See? Maddie agrees with me.
At the fair, they sell tickets to watch Pluto tossing. Oh, lockpick. Well, we get them by getting them wet and then feeding them after.
Yeah, but see, that's on Earth. The rest of the time, they come from Pluto because it's a kobold planet.
Where do you think the Mogwai come from?
That's why they're fuzzy. It's cold.
Again, this sounds like the worst game of Spelljammer ever.
I'm making note of this for later. This is
You're
a
gonna
good
do this
idea
to
for
you're gonna do
later.
this to one of your game groups, aren't you?
Who, me?
Dude, kobolds are one of the like cruelest things you can do to an adventuring group. Like you can take out a party of adventurers with kobolds from first level through 25th level. You can take out a party of godlike with enough kobolds. You just need enough kobolds.
I mean,
Wait until you get to spell jelly. Oh my god. How had that never occurred to me over the years? Spell jelly.
Peanut Gallery did play at one point
Yeah.
a kobold cleric.
I
I found it hilarious because no one else wanted to be in charge. So the poor kobold cleric ended up being the captain of the ship. And except for
It didn't, Maddie. Try again.
except for pretty much one NPC, he was surrounded by every other creature on the ship being a girl. And we made many remarks about being, the kobolds' angels. Peanut Gallery turns such a pretty shade of red.
I believe it. I believe it. It occurs to me that most of the people out there in Listenerland may not know what kobolds are.
Depends on the depiction, but the references to gremlins should give a good idea.
Sort of. They're a little more dragon-like. But, yep. They're small, scaly, mean. And they travel in packs.
Yes.
It is
Yes.
very rare that you run into only one. Although, in Baldur's Gate 1, you did run into 3.
Were they in a trench coat?
No. They were brothers. Larry, Daryl, and Daryl.
Really?
Yes. There was a Larry, Daryl, and Daryl in Baldur's Gate 1. There was a New Heart reference. Hi, I'm Larry. This is my brother Daryl and my other brother Daryl.
Yep. Ooh, different link. Maybe.
You're there. You're there. EB was left out. EB was left out. Oh God. Try to remember the actor's name.
Yeah, that is a cute kobold.
E.B. Farnham, from Deadwood. The guy who owned... Aww. That is an adorable kobold. The guy who ran the hotel.
Yep.
There we go. See? Cute kobold.
Yep.
Aww.
Yeah. There's a couple nice ones on there if you scroll sideways.
Oh yeah, he did become the mayor too.
Yes, I guess Larry went on to bigger and better things after he got rid of his twin Daryl brothers.
Alright. We're gonna stop before that gets too thirsty. He was also the toy maker. In the original Blade Runner. He had a very wide range of slimy characters.
Oh.
It is crazy that there is a direct line between Bob Newhart show and Deadwood. It's very, like, it's strange to think that they share that character actor, but then again, it's also, there's a direct line between, Kung Fu and, between the show Kung Fu and, Deadwood. Well, an indirect line. There's a direct line between Deadwood and Child's Play.
Makes sense, unfortunately.
Yep. How about Kung Fu and X-Men? The voice of Chucky is Brad Dourif, who played the doctor on Deadwood. But also, Brad Dourif was in the original Dune movie. Oh god, what's his name? Crazy guy directed it. Kung Fu and X-Men. We don't talk about the newspaper guy on Deadwood. We can connect him to everything. He's... Oh.
Yeah, no.
His most... David Lynch. Thank you. His most iconic role, I think, the newspaper guy's most iconic role, was chasing down a delinquent high school student. But he has done so much else. I said we don't talk about that guy. Okay. But then again, okay. All right. How about this? Kung Fu Panda. There's a direct... He has a history. Oh, he's not a good guy. Oh. I did not know. Although, you know, he looks like that kind of guy. He looks like he'd have a history. That's why he's not in the new Beetlejuice movie. Oh.
All right, I think we may have the wrong name there.
What name? Which name? No.
Because the guy in Beetlejuice that wasn't in there, his name is Jeffrey Jones.
Yeah, that's the guy we're not talking about.
Not David Lynch.
No, David Lynch did the original Dune movie.
Right.
That's the name I was trying to come up with. Because that's... Okay. Brad Dourif played the human computer for the Harkonnens in the David Lynch Dune.
I will say that
as the crazy dude guy. Earlier he was trying to yes. Yes, I was trying to think of Lynch as the crazy Dune guy. But yeah, the guy from
the other one, the two most, for me, memorable roles that he had features him either A, breaking and entering into a student's house and harassing a student, or
Right.
B, harassing and kidnapping a woman because of the company she keeps.
So there you go.
So yeah, it makes sense that, he went on to not be necessarily a good person when most of the things that you remember about him are, yeah, that's the harassing kidnapper guy. Like I said, the company that she keeps. How she keeps the company is between her and the duck.
I always forget about Howard the Duck.
I do not. It is a horrible movie. And it is one that I love.
I can't mix up the letters and say that. Because it's the same wherever I put the F. It's going to be the... it's not, like...
I will not write what just occurred to me. I will be good. Uh-huh.
I watched it so many times as a kid. Because it was like one of the few movies my grandfather had. Oh. Oh, man. It was, I liked it. First couple of times I saw it, I was like, yeah. And then I started thinking about the special effects, and I was like, oh. Oh. And then I started thinking about it, like critically thinking about it. I was like, oh, this is so... Yeah. It was not quite the comedy that I thought it was going to be, of course, but... Yeah.
Like I said, horrible movie.
Yep. Strange one.
But I do love it.
Do see it. I would like to go back and watch it and see how I feel about it now. Because I think I would actually enjoy it for what it is now. You know? But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. Yeah. How weird the duck. Look what I found. I found an F-bomb. They don't make a kid pure enough or make him fully enjoy that, or make enough to fully enjoy that movie. Oh, yeah.
Oh, speaking...
Not anymore, they don't. Back when that movie was made, they did.
That's how we ended up with cocaine hippos. Because didn't they get imported around the same time that movie was made?
I believe so, yeah. So speaking of which, I found an F-bomb.
Oh, good.
So now that we've got the duck fucking out of the way, let's move on.
I don't have an article for it, but do you remember we were talking a while ago about movies that had been made that we kind of wanted to see and that the studios had canceled? One of them being the Coyote and Roadrunner movie.
Oh, yeah.
The people, the crew that made it formed their own company and they bought their movie back.
Okay.
So they're releasing it. And the tagline on the release is the movie that Universal didn't want you to see.
I love that.
Yep.
I love that. I'm excited for that.
So they paid just a little bit more than what the tax write-off for canning the movie was, and they're releasing it.
Right on. Right on. Ketchup Inc. Is that the
Yep.
name of the people who made it?
That's the, I don't know if that's the name that they were beforehand, but that's the company that they formed to buy it. Yep. Yep. It's supposed to happen August of this year. Yay!
All right. August 28th release date.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. They did. It was completely finished. No reason not to release it, and they decided they wanted the tax write-off instead.
And so they canned it.
Yep.
I mean, they've done that. That's
They've done that to several, including the... I don't think they did that to the... Yeah, they did that with Batgirl. They
right.
did that with a couple of them.
But isn't that also like kind of close to the plot of The Producers?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No. Which was Brendan Fraser's first big comeback movie?
Brendan Fraser was in Batgirl?
Was he? I don't know.
I'd have to look that one up. Yeah.
At least The Producers was released. It was just supposed to fit, right? Batgirl was, yes, okay.
So, yeah, okay, so yeah, they were supposed to fail, but they released it to fail versus we're just canning you now. Okay, I can see that difference.
It's slightly different, but like, and it's the difference between legal and illegal, basically.
Yeah. We're just not releasing this because of taxes. Sucks.
Right.
Everybody got paid, at least, hopefully. If they didn't, and if all of their pay was contingent on the movie being released, then I would say the people there have reason.
The producer, I mean, yes, they did. That was the plot. That was the actual plot of The Producers. It was, they were engaging in a political enterprise by scamming money out of old ladies to finance a flop play that they could close because it was a flop, etc., etc., etc. Turned out because they went entirely camp with a Hitler-themed play, it worked and the audience loved it. Springtime for Hitler. Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
It's a boom and a bang. Okay, anyway. And back to this article that I've been wanting to see what the, like,
There is no information. That is literally that paragraph. That is all the information we've got.
Charlottesville business closed for FDA search warrant.
Yep.
Police departments say Food and Drug Administration, FDA, and Virginia State Police are carrying out a search warrant on East Water Street Tuesday, April 21st, 4 days ago.
Yep.
They were seen at the Drip Bar, which offers IV therapy and vitamin drips. A sign on the door says the business is closed. 29 News is waiting to hear back from the state authorities on what prompted the search.
And so far, in the last 4 or 5 days, we have got nothing. The only thing we've got is a Facebook post from the Drip Bar saying that they are going to be closed for a little bit.
We had an IV bar?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to work on this for a second.
Yes.
I could see IV drips being super sketchy. Yeah. An IV bar, like, that seems really, no. Do you know, to put an IV in, like, what kind of training you're supposed to have to do that?
I do. I know very well. My mother was a paramedic.
It is.
Before that, she was an army nurse. And when she left the army and went to be an LPN, they changed the training requirements. And then when she left that and came here and decided she was going to be a firefighter, an EMT, she went all the way back to down to basic first responder stuff, and she wasn't allowed to do things like IVs until she worked her way up to being a paramedic, where she was then allowed to do an IV again.
Right.
So yeah. Now, specifically on the training for that, it is both extensive, but it also covers a very, very small amount of things. Because if all you're doing is this specifically, where you're making sure that someone sits there and has their hydration pack or whatever, then all you're doing is making sure you do not blow out the vein you're looking for. Much like Lockpick has pointed out.
Meanwhile, junkies can pull it off while high AF in a back alleyway at 3 a.m. I know, right?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
Why do they
you
have to blow mine out every time? But a junkie could hit it with a dart from across the room.
Honestly, the junkie probably has far more practice.
There is that.
Under far more trying circumstances.
Their hands are shaking more as they look for it.
Yep.
This seems like a not great idea.
Nope, it's not.
Um,
Personally, I look at that and go, there are so many no, definitely nopes. Mm-mm.
but okay. Okay. It's a clinic. It's not a bar. It's just calling itself the Drip Bar, but it's a clinic.
Mm-hmm.
So it has to have it follows certain, oh god. Botox, okay. Uh, GLP-1s,
Yep.
okay. Okay, like, if they'd have called it the Drip Clinic, I would not be having this reaction.
Yeah, but drip bar sounds more fun.
Yeah, except no. It sounds more dystopic.
Yes,
Dystopian?
both.
Own a drip bar? Wait.
Yeah,
This is a franchise.
franchise.
Oh boy.
Doesn't that make it more
Yeah. Have a nice martini with your Botox shots. Yeah. I mean, that's what it sounds like. I,
then there's did you see under there where it's got mobile services?
oh, hello. Create your experience and receive up to $100 worth of free perks. Okay. Bring IV therapy to your events?
Yeah.
Oh, ho, ho.
Yep. Our licensed professionals set up a clean, comfortable space and provide curated lifestyle drips that support hydration, energy, immunity, and recovery. It's a simple way to care for your people at tournaments, conferences, wedding weekends, and team offsites without leaving the venue or breaking up your schedule.
Right.
Yes, yes, Maddie, this is kind of like having a Tupperware party but with IV lines.
Yup. In how many states? So, this can't be real. No, this is. I am. Combat free radicals with oh, God.
Yeah.
Combat
Yep.
free radicals. Not combat free radicals. The heck am I reading? Stay classy, America. I know. I know.
Oh, no, 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 you don't want to say that because there are Canadian locations.
Oh. Hey, Canadians, America, too. I'm strong. Just steroids. Oh, wait. Oh, wow. It probably really is. I'm supercharged. Probably just meth. I'm lean. Probably just meth. Do they offer a polite apology trip? I could go for one. I'm sorry. That's just a maple syrup IV.
Oh yeah, nope. They've got one in Alberta.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. Let's see. Where are locations? About us? Or is it down here in the No. Oh geez. This is all the countries they're in? Local team professional standards. At the Drip Bar Charlottesville, our focus is simple. Help you feel your best with safe professional care and a call. Oh, this is terrifying. Where are you finding the locations, Cat?
Hang on, here.
Alberta
Yeah,
is
well, I
the
think
only
you're probably
place in
correct.
Canada. Only place in Canada where you see Canadians wearing MAGA hats. Oh wow!
They seem to be
Wait,
rather
wait. What's
prevalent.
this one? There is a Drip Bar Bermuda.
Oh Lord. New Jersey, Texas, Alaska.
I have friends around London, Ottawa, Ontario, who had people around them with Confederacy flags and later MAGA hats. Ontario. Okay. Is that Bermuda? I mean, that's where this map says Bermuda is. Oh, nope. There's not one in Winnipeg. There is one. Oh, wow.
Boca Raton, New York.
Barrie and Ontario. There's one in London, Ontario. Well, there you go. That explains some stuff right there. Of course, there are several in Virginia. Oh, wow. Of course, there are two in Richmond.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, what's this now?
Yeah, nope, that is Bermuda.
There's one in Mayapur. Oh, Hyderabad. Hyderabad. There's one in central India.
Yep.
Okay, Antarctica is safe. Wait, what's this now? There's one in Hawaii.
Of course, there's one in Hawaii.
Actually, yeah, that tracks. India has their own version. It's all falling into place now, yeah. Like sketchy American history stuff.
I can't argue with
Wow.
that.
This is okay. There are a lot in Texas there.
Yeah.
There are a lot in Florida too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, those are all in Texas as well. Okay. So that's and then the other large concentration is New York, Jersey, New York City, Jersey, and
Was it Massachusetts?
yeah,
Yeah.
Connecticut. But yeah, that tri-state area.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Everything aside from what's on their promotional stuff and everything else, what I have heard about them since they set up is basically they're who you go to so you don't get a hangover. Which makes sense to me that they would be clustered in the places they are because
I mean, yeah.
those are
Oh, yeah, I guess.
thus the at your conference, your wedding, your off-site work event, make sure that you can get your stuff done without hangovers interfering.
I feel like I feel like doing away with hangovers is
Yeah.
such like it's taking the guardrails off.
Absolutely.
I feel like if you don't get a hangover, trying hard not to point anybody out here.
Yeah.
But people who don't get hangovers, I feel like, are more likely to, if they are of the persuasion who drink. If you are of the type who drinks and you don't get hangovers, you have the propensity to drink harder more longer. Yeah, lockpick. I know. And I feel like that has a serious effect on your guardrails. No, I have no idea what actually constitutes as guardrails for you.
Those little silver things on the side of the road that keep his truck from falling off of the cliff.
Oddly enough, I have a feeling that when he's behind the wheel of the truck, he is as straight as he'll ever be. I feel like when Lockpick's behind the wheel, he's probably the kind of trucker who is in the center of his lane, stays in the center of his lane, you know, is pretty good about maintaining speed, position, all of those things. It's when he's not behind the wheel. It's when he's behind the decks that he's dangerous.
I thoroughly agree
I
with
won't
all of
even
that.
drive
But
the
you
truck
asked
if I've smelled alcohol. Yeah.
You asked what are guardrails for him? Those are
Yeah.
guardrails for him.
That's fair. I would say that when he's driving, he's probably never met a guardrail. Never even got close to the guardrails.
Well, he doesn't have to meet them. He just has to look at them as they go by.
What? T-Seth home? T-Set home? Macro fail. Oh. Hit a macro button putting down my phone. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. I did not read macro. I did not read a macro fail.
So yeah. That was something interesting that happened in town this week, and
Huh. Well,
there are all
okay.
sorts of reasons to question why and what happened, but the fact that it was specifically an FDA search warrant.
Well, okay. Yes, and they are administering FDA regulated things if they're doing GLP-1s and Botox, peptides in general, not just GLP-1s. The FDA does regulate some peptides. There'd be a reason to get the FDA involved.
Yeah, no, I'm not denying that, or I'm not arguing that. It's just
But
the reason it is news,
it's because the FDA was involved.
right? Like, especially along that strip of commercial properties, they're kind of used to police serving a search warrant for general criminal stuff.
Yeah.
So, specifically, the police are there, but we're serving warrants on behalf. State police were involved.
East Water Street. This is the parking garage.
Yeah, the backside of the parking garage.
This is the parking garage.
And just
Holy
now,
crap!
with that sentence, you have now made them even more sketchy than they were before.
Holy crap! We had an IV bar in the parking garage?
You never noticed it.
I didn't know what Drip Bar was. I was just like, oh, there's that. That's weird. I've got things to take care of. Man, when I am downtown, I tend not to look around because it is. I'm not getting sucked into that downtown mall ever again. All in all, it's all just another brick in the mall.
Yes, it is. But yeah, no, they are literally across the street from the CVS in the parking garage, that corner where they actually had where they used to have the Tai Chi classes and stuff.
Oh my god. Yeah. That's cool. The Tai Chi classes and the yoga, that's cool, but it was originally a kidney transplant clinic until they changed their business model. Yeah, sounds about right. Jeez, Charlottesville? How sketchy are we, dude? Wow.
Although, if you're going to be on that side of town doing stuff, you're far better off to walk up half a block and go to the secondary location for the Mary Bet Bakery, because that's a far better place to spend your money. Their flourless
If you're gonna be doing
chocolate
stuff,
torte is awesome.
if you're gonna be doing stuff on that side of town,
Yeah.
it's better to go to the Hidden Leaf, downtown Charlottesville, 105 West Main Street. Or to the Smoking Lounge, Sky Mall, 105 West Main Street, Suite 200.
Of the brick.
That's a better place to go do stuff than the Drip Bar.
I mean, yes. Yes, they are the actual sponsors of the show. This is true. But mostly I was
And
looking at the map
oddly
and
enough,
going,
they're way less likely to get raided by the feds. Knock on wood.
so yeah, no.
It's because the Hidden Leaf and Sky Mall follow a very specific set of rules that allow them to do what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the rules are. I haven't looked into what this is like, but I do know that our sponsors are following these very specific set of rules that is apparently unlike the Drip Bar.
Yep. Oh, hey, if you
Holy
move around on the map, they're listed. It's nice.
Wait. Oh, really? Like if you zoom in enough on that one map,
Yeah.
Hidden Leaf is listed?
Yeah.
Oh. Neat.
It's just when I zoomed in at first, because I'd gotten really it puts you really, really close, so I had zoomed out just enough to see where they were, where the Drip Bar is in relation to other things. And that's where I saw the secondary location of the bakery. And then, zooming out a
Okay.
little bit further, it's like, oh, look, I know that place.
There's the Hidden Leaf. Yeah, so, wow. Okay, Charlottesville. I'd ask what else you got for us, but I don't want to know right now.
Nope. Right now we're yeah, no. Oh, the only other thing that I've got Charlottesville related is something that I have. All right, I am signed up, as I've mentioned in the past, with a couple of different community emergency alert systems,
Right.
so I can keep tabs on what's going on, because I tend to go all over. I know people that are all over.
Right.
And one of the emergency alert things the other night sent out, a mass text to people saying, hang on, I'm going to take a screenshot of that text
Uh-oh.
and put it in the chat for you, because I think that is, I will say the situation was resolved a short while later, but
Okay.
There you go.
Is it in yet?
it should be.
Oh, wow. That is... Oh, you are going to be in a lot of trouble as a parent. Oh, you are going to be in all kinds of trouble in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh, they are.
So
Oh, that.
that message was sent out about 8 p.m. on Thursday night, and about 8:30, 8:40, a second one was sent out saying that the parents had responded.
Oh.
But when
Somewhere around 8:50, CPS showed up.
oh no, I imagine that they were probably already on site
Right. Oh God.
because that is like the main. All right, that Fifth Street location that they listed, that is where
Albemarle
the
County
police
Police.
is,
Yeah.
and it's also where social services are housed. So they were already
Oh.
on site effectively.
Oh, so they were just right there. Oh, that's
So
man.
it was like,
I'm curious as to what the story is there, but
and that may be something that we get on one of the little puff pieces later this week. Who knows?
who knows? But man.
You know.
Ugh. Well, all right. The last thing on the last item on the list was I don't know if you've looked back into it. This is that same article from before.
I don't know if it's the same article. Might be the same article.
Oh yeah, I think it's the same article,
Okay.
but we'll
No.
pull it up just so I don't have to go explaining.
Yeah.
Something sinister could be happening. FBI looks into dead or missing nuclear and space defense scientists tied to NASA, Blue Origin, and SpaceX. Yeah, about a dozen
Yep.
scientists. And I mean, okay, we haven't heard anything else about them, really, have we?
Not really. Supposedly there is one family that's come forward and said, our scientist isn't missing. He's just not talking to you guys anymore because he's retired and he doesn't want to deal with you.
Okay.
But the rest of them definitely are either deceased or missing.
Okay.
There seems to be question in general about whether these are connected together or not, or if this is just, conspiracy theory. What is the phrase I want?
Our brains trying to make patterns where they don't exist.
Exactly.
'Cause,
On the one hand, it could be
people
full-blown
die.
conspiracy theory stuff.
Right.
On the other hand, the fact that the bulk of them are scientists that do have stuff to do with specifically space and nuclear stuff, and they've all gone missing effectively within a short span of time.
That does, make it a little disturbing, but
Makes it noticeable at the very least.
also I noticed that Sabine Hassenfelder did a video about this, and all of a sudden I'm less inclined to take it seriously.
Enough. I do not remember who that person is.
She blew her credibility. by starting to take strong stances on not fully scientific things, or
Okay.
not hard science, and by taking more of she
I
blew
will
her
say, if
credibility
nothing,
by her take on trans people.
I will say, if
And
nothing
then I
else,
realized that she was really just in it for the sensationalism, and I started really questioning whether I could take her seriously at all. And all
yeah.
of a sudden, it felt like the stuff she was covering was like. It felt very grifty.
Mm-hmm.
And so if she covers it, unless I see one of my more trusted physics sources covering it, I'm gonna be like, oh, this is in the this is in the category.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. That is entirely fair.
But that doesn't mean that there's not something going on there. It just means that because she covered it, I'm less likely to take it seriously. That
Like I
is
said, it's either
that is
it's
not
actual just full
scientific
blown
reasoning.
conspiracy, and their jobs make it easier to notice, or there's
Yeah.
something. But either way, um, let's see. In other news, we talked about Cash Patel last week and
Oh, his
his
party.
stuff.
Oh yeah, he's. He's. So he's
He has filed
suing. What is it? The Atlantic.
the Atlantic.
He's suing the Atlantic for the article about him.
Huh?
That is basically saying something all of the rest of us have been saying in just more words and nicer. I think they mainly spotlighted his drinking, not his cocaine use.
Well, that and the way they phrased things, if it goes through, it opened up so many doors for discovery that he really should not want.
Did it get thrown out? I don't know. I don't think so. But I haven't, like I said, I haven't been paying attention the last 48 hours. The judge tossed it. Probably for Cash Patel's own safety.
Let's see.
Oh my god, what a dude shot himself, shooting himself in the foot there. Like, bad. There are cabinet shakeups going on.
Yep. He failed to meet the legal standard for defamation.
Oh, wow. Uh-huh. I mean, it's easy to see how he failed to meet the legal standard for defamation.
Yeah. I mean,
The
all
Atlantic,
right,
if nothing else, they are journalists. They are going to do their homework, and they are going to cross their T's and dot their I's. They're not going to put something out that would fall under that. You know?
but also, if nothing else, in the last 10 years, we've had several high-profile defamation cases that have played out that should at least have given him an idea of what would and wouldn't work.
You think he can remember that far back, dude?
I don't know. I know that.
The coke only makes you think about moving forward. You don't think
Okay,
about
fair.
the past when you're on coke. So the next step, do the next thing, do the next thing. What's the next thing we can do? What's the next thing we can try, man? Let's do the next thing. Oh, God, is it hot in here? I'm sweating. You know what would be a great idea? Electric fans, man. Why don't we have electric fans? Oh, wait, we do, man. Yeah. It's,
Let's see. Well, no, let me double.
we can't apply reason to him. There's not actual reason going on in there. This is the director of our FBI, by the way. I should be terrified that I can say things like this with a straight face. I mean, straight face as I can get.
Okay, so actually, I don't think the one against the Atlantic has been tossed yet. What was tossed was a separate lawsuit against Figliuzzi? Figliuzzi. Because that was tossed. That was tossed out of court the day after he filed the Atlantic lawsuit.
Trevor,
and this
keep
was a
this up,
defamation
you'll be the
claim
next
against
director of the FBI.
Yeah. So it was a different news analyst and pundit.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, gosh.
I don't think it's even had a chance to be looked at by the judge yet, because that happened the day after. Either way,
You know, actually, Lockpick, I can't. I couldn't become the next director of the FBI. I cannot hang like that anymore. I just cannot. I cannot do yayo like that I can't do yayo anymore. I'm done. I have put it down, walked away. I am done. I am not going skiing again. I'm cool. I'm not playing hardball again. I'm cool. I'm done.
You're
it's not
also
like
not
alcohol,
insecure
where someday
enough.
I'll go back. I'm not insecure enough. Oh, we don't know that now.
Have the FBI go investigate all of the reporters that are looking into why you're spending all of the FBI money detailing them to put security on your girlfriend.
That's fair. That's fair. No, I am not that insecure. Also, I'm not so insecure that if I can't log into my computer, I automatically think I'm fired.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that.
If I can't log into my computer, either I've forgotten my password or there is some tech issue. Because at Network Entertainment, I am far enough up the totem pole that I don't get fired like that.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be a vote to remove me.
Oh.
And even then, we don't really have bylaws, so...
Just the ones that we waved at as we went by them.
True. Also, I feel pretty secure in my position because if you were to vote me out, you'd have to take over.
And we both know that that is not bloody happening.
Right? If they remove you, just switch back to the previous channel name.
Which one was that?
Trevor Stewart 1308.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I went by my name. I on both YouTube and here on Twitch. Both here on YouTube and here on Twitch, depending on where you're watching. Which is why I'm still, I still show up as Trevor Stewart 1308. If you look at the email that it's associated with.
Fair.
Or like my comments on YouTube show up as Trevor Stewart 1308,
Fair.
not as Nick Work Entertainment.
Yeah, no.
Um,
No, you are very secure in your position because you know full well that I want nothing to do with taking over your job.
no one wants my job. Not even me. No, I apparently want this job more than other jobs because that's why I'm doing it.
That's fair.
Yeah. Oh god, what's his name? What's the comedian? The famous comedian in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Uh, I do not remember.
Oh. At one point, Mrs. Maisel says, do you like what you do? Do you like doing comedy? And he goes, if I could do anything else, I would. And that's kind of how I feel about this.
Mm-hmm.
The performing in general is, it's not a choice. It's the thing that I do. It's what I am at heart. I don't have the choice of being something else. I just not a super successful performer. But you know, this is what I do because this is who I am. And all of the stuff we do here has built up around that as sort of like, well, what interests me? What am I going to be able to talk about? You know, what's going to drive my performance week after week after week? Which is part of why we've switched up format so many times. Trying to settle into something that works.
Yeah.
And that's probably how it's going to keep working until. Until. Well, all right. We've covered the articles. You know, there's some news stuff that we could talk about, but we are getting on in the day, and I feel like it is about time to call it in here. Do we have any predictions for what's going to be on the show tomorrow?
They'll probably talk about Patel's lawsuit.
Yep. Oh God, what's her name? The other cabinet member who's getting in all kinds of trouble for sleeping with an aide, taking security to strip clubs. Husband's not having an affair, is accused of being sexually aggressive, if not sexual assault, on some of her staffers, as well as her dad. Her dad's being sexually aggressive, not her husband's being sexually aggressive towards her dad.
Yeah.
Which would be almost as weird. The whole thing is just, I don't. The whole thing is intense. She's a bad person. She should not be there. The heck?
Let's
This is
see.
more duck
Can't remember who it
fluffery.
is.
I just. So, yeah, she's gonna be. She's gonna be on there tomorrow.
Yep.
I can't remember her name either, so we may not get that one right. Or her title for that matter. She's the Secretary of Transportation. I don't remember. Anyway, the ceasefire being extended indefinitely, although I don't know if all
Yeah.
sides know that the ceasefire is extended indefinitely. It's another taco.
Yeah, it's another taco.
Trump always chickens out.
But to go along with that, during that speech, he apparently, I didn't hear this part. Peanut Gallery heard this part. But he apparently was laughing and blaming things on last year's president.
Huh.
So that may make the cut. Along with
Blaming
the
things on last year's president. Oh wow.
yes, and how the president, the president of 2025 was doing so many stupid things.
Yeah.
He's also so very not stressed about the war at all. He is the least stressed president ever.
Sure. I mean, okay, maybe he is. Maybe he is because he just doesn't care.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, well, that's. I can't really think of anything else, but again, I've been unplugged for a couple of days, so.
Uh,
Oh,
let's see. I don't know. Let's see. I can't remember who it is we were talking about a moment ago, but you've also got Caroline Levitt, who is going on maternity leave, so she's not going to be the mouthpiece for a while.
okay. That may be on the show. Well, all right. I think that's about it. I think we've covered just about everything.
They already kind of mentioned that last week with the whole quoting Samuel L. Jackson Pulp Fiction and pretending it was a Bible verse.
Oh yeah. Oh, the Hegseth prayer. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like the Trump Pope feud has just sort of cooled down a little bit this week.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. We'll see what the Well, I think that's about everything.
Yeah.
I say again.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for
I
being
agree
here,
with
Kat.
you again.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Lockpick. Thank you, Maddie Holmes. Thank you, Darth Dragonis. Was there anybody else in chat?
No.
No? Wow.
No, we've got lurkers, but those are the only ones actively in chat.
Wow. And you guys did a lot of chatting. Thank you.
They did.
Thank you. Much love to all you lurkers. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Stick around for the raid and join us tomorrow when we will be back for some Sunday shenanigans. And now is the time on the show when I say, as they say around here, 2 up, 2 down. VA double deuces. We're out, y'all.